but I have this much time less to live.
Right.
But I love not knowing. I love learning, right? I love learning new stuff.
I do
It gets
too.
me excited. And getting around somebody, it's like the gentleman I met the other day, or was trying to meet, that owns Urban Necessities. You know, he came from nothing, and I'm watching his story, and I'm learning from him. He's very humble, you know, very soft-spoken, very grateful, a lot of gratitude. I'm like, man, how can I learn from him? And so it inspired me, and now my son's trying to get in the same business, the sneaker broker business, and Nike and all that stuff. So he's getting around it, buying stuff, selling Nikes online, and it's like, wow, this guy I'm going to try to meet next week. His story is phenomenal, but I want to learn from him. I've been in business 3 times as long, and he's more successful. What can I do to emulate what he's done and cut the corners, cut the fat out legitimately?
Right. Now, you know, the only time that this is my opinion, and many would probably disagree. Now, the only time that I would not want to learn from somebody, even if they do know more than me, even if they are more knowledgeable than me, if they like to fuck around in their life, and if they hang around with associations that are not so high of standards or quality values, then I don't really care to learn from somebody,
right,
even if they know more than I do, because I just don't want to be around that type of energy. So that would be an exception. Where humility would not play a factor. And it's like, well, Davrick, you fucking like to party. You like to do this. You hang around losers that don't want to excel as bad as I do in life, that aren't even excelling remotely close to what you're doing. Why aren't you teaching your friends to do better? Or why aren't you even bringing the hammer down on them and telling them to get their shit together? So therefore, I don't want to learn anything from you, because you probably aren't going to have the capacity to be able to teach me if you haven't taught your own circle how to get to where you're at.
Well, that's why my circle's small.
Even if your circle's small.
No,
imagine if you had a circle of 3-4 people. You're doing what you're doing. I know what it is. We're not going to talk about it. And if your circle of 3-4 people were doing half or less of what you were doing, and they're not doing anything to improve or change their lifestyle, or to improve their business, or improve their finances, and you're not doing anything about it either. You're not even giving them an ultimatum of like, hey, fellas, if you guys don't get your shit together, if you're not willing to learn, if you're not willing to put your head down and finally go to work and stop messing around, I can't be around you.
And I posted this today on Instagram. You can fuck your whole life up by having close friends who have no goals and inspirations in life. Mm-hmm. And I have friends from a distance, but as far as friends that I associate with, I think you're the only one that I associate with here in Vegas. And that's it. That's it. I mean, I have my other half, but we don't have I mean, as you get older, that narrows. You realize what you need to do, right? And I've tried to put my hand out to people. I've told 25 years, told them the same thing. Not one of them has jumped on it. I've written a roadmap out, a key to success. Here I have the last week another person from Arizona. Dav, I want to live your lifestyle. What do I need to do? I wrote it out, plain and simple. Cut your teeth for 2 years, do this, and then go to the next step. I can give you a roadmap of what I've done and better.
Right.
Now, one person has done it. And I'm like, okay.
I got to separate myself.
Exactly. So it's me, myself, and I.
Yeah, until you meet people of your caliber.
Right. And there's one person now who's kind of came into my life that's trying to be successful and got a new company started, and he's rolling, he's going the right direction, and we're casually talking, but I got to guard my circle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because if you prematurely let people into your circle, they could be poisonous and you don't even know it yet. And I think that happens a lot too. I think people, look, I know we all live by the whole saying of give everybody the benefit of the doubt and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, you should. But at the same time, that doesn't mean don't have your guard up. That doesn't mean don't pay close attention to what they do, who they hang out with, what they're doing on the weekends. Because, like, you could come to me and be, like, this badass baller and all that stuff, and I let you into my circle, introduce you to my people, but you like to jerk around on the weekends. When that exposes itself, I now become questionable from my circle. Like, why would Sean bring Davrick into this circle?
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to talk about something else. I know we were talking about earlier, and I'm kind of getting off topic, but we were talking about, this is gym related.
Okay.
Is that okay? Because I know we're
yeah, whatever.
Training partners. You know, we're working out. So I've had training partners over the years, but then I found myself liking to train by myself because of certain ways I like to train, and then I'll train with somebody else. Like, okay, that's a shock to the body, but not necessarily, like you said, want to associate with that person. So I had the same problem that you just mentioned over the years, training with somebody that I couldn't appreciate or respect their lifestyle, right? So I couldn't be training partners with them.
Right.
Does
That makes sense. 100%. Man, training, having the right training partner is so crucial. And it really boils down to, like, most people will look at a training partner to see, oh, is this person in great shape? Are they going to push me? To me, that's secondary. The first is, how intense and connected is that person with me during the workout?
Yeah.
Meaning, are they on their phone texting a lot while working out?
Right.
While it's my set, are they on their phone?
Yeah, because they could need you there for the set if you're doing drop sets or
Right.
you're doing, you know.
Or like, are they even like in the zone? Are they as intense as I am? Do they give up easily because the first pain just comes in? All these play a very crucial role in the quality of a workout partner. Like, you and I have worked out together before, not planned, spontaneously, but it's worked out. But
and it pushed me. I was sore for 3 weeks.
But and I'm in the zone with you. Like
Yeah, you're
what you're going
focused.
through, I'm right there with
but
you.
you're there. You're not checked out. You're not, you know.
And not half checked out either. Like, I'm not checking my phone.
No, if
or
there's an
anything.
emergency or something, or your, you know, child or somebody, I know you don't have kids,
Sure.
but something happens, like, hey, I got to get this, but or there's a $5 million deal. Somebody calls, like, hey, Dad, love you, but I got to.
Well, because if you're somebody that likes to pick up their phone, I got a friend that does this. If you're someone that likes to pick up their phone periodically throughout the workout, naturally and psychologically, I'm not going to go under the barbell, whether it's squatting or whether it's pressing or anything. By default, I'm not going to go to that next level that I should on pushing a certain amount of weight, because I can't risk you not being ready to catch something if something goes wrong, or get ready to spot me when I need you to.
Or distracted by other people talking to you. I mean, there's certain gyms in Vegas you go to. It's like a Hollywood celebrity night out at the club.
Yeah.
Right. So you got to tell everybody, hey, I got to train, or give me a minute. You know, because
Right.
I trained with her. She's trying to go pro, Iris. So in December, trying to get her pro card. So when I'm with her, I have to watch.
Yeah.
Right. Because she's, you know, and it's like somebody come, hey, Dad, what are you doing this weekend? It's like, hey, hold on a second, man. Right. So I think that goes in the same circle. Also, I add on to the part where you said association, or we talked about, like, what are you doing as a person? Because I'm around that person, right? Honestly, I don't care what people think of me, but to a point, right? I don't want somebody, oh, look, they're hanging around with this person. Are they selling drugs? Are they doing this? Are they doing that? Right? So I choose my partners, but it's just been me and her, right?
Right.
And I'm pushing her more than she's pushing me. I'm not going to go pro, but I want to be in shape. But I've been doing it a while. So then her, it's like, I got to push her. I got to do this. I got to do that. Right.
Right.
So I think it's critical to get the right training partner, like you said, and somebody that's going to be focused. And a lot of times she's going to be mad when she sees this. She's got to stay off her phone. Right. I need content. No, you need to train. You can get your content after you train.
Right.
So sometimes I got to take the phone from her. Right. And just say, hey, give me your phone. Let me put it away.
Yeah. See, because it's funny. You know, it's interesting about that, because so many times that I've prepped, whether it was for a show or for a photo shoot, I'll go fast forward like 6 months afterwards, and I'll be like, man, I wish I recorded that. Like, I'll scratch my head. Like,
Yeah.
I wish I recorded that. I wish I recorded that. I wish I took pictures of that. I wish I took pictures of that. And I'll just kind of like, and I'll have a little bit of regret, but then I'll be like, you know what? No, because I actually got to enjoy the entire purpose of that training
Right.
session, as opposed to being worried about getting captured on the phone.
Right.
And it does feel a little shitty, because then, you know, like, there's all these other people around you that are getting everything recorded.
Right.
So it just kind of needs to be one of those things where, like, I realized and I had the awareness to realize, if I'm ever going to cut down to that point again, whether it's just because I want to or for a photo shoot, I'm just going to hire someone to literally record my entire workout. Don't say a word to me. Don't say a damn thing. Just follow me while I train.
Or even like somebody come up and do your first set of each routine, right? That's there, but not interrupt you.
But it caused a disconnect. So if I have to walk, so like for me
Right.
in particular, it's because I'm an addict. when I put the weights down, I still have to stay in that zone. No conversation, no communication, no eye contact with anybody. Just stay in this place of like war. And as soon as I have to disconnect to go say, hey, Dav, can you record this for me, please? I've already lost a fraction of that intensity. And you don't get that back. You might think you do, but it's never the same.
Yeah. It's that zone, right? And I think even when I was serious, like at the competing level, I had a journal that I'd keep track of. And there might have been in a year 2 A days, but mostly B days, and then C's and D's. But to get to an A day, it's like, wow. I mean, I had a high bar. And I think there was maybe 1 or 2 a year where it's like, well, that was an A day where it's like, whoa, everything was on.
Yeah.
But I'm so dialed. Like I actually will watch motivational bodybuilding, Machiavelli, right?
It works sometimes, man.
And when I'm working out, I'm looking at Sean Ray or Kevin Levrone or, whoever's out there. And I'd say, wow, look at these guys, right? So Dorian Yates.